morning, this is a warm-up before your workout. And we'll use a stick, can be a broomstick. I use a large bamboo stick, can be a weighted bar. And then we'll start with just finding good posture first, good connection to the body by finding a stance, standing on both feet, about hip width apart, and feel your complete feet, the toes from the pinky toe to the big toe, the heels, and the sides of the feet, and maybe to feel that you could do a little rocking, but find a good connection through both feet. Check in where your weight is. Is it maybe a little more on one foot, or is it nice in the center? And once you find that center, of your tailbone, where's your tailbone? Is it hanging down? Is it poking up in the air? Like a little bit tipped like this? Can you move it down a little bit? Wiggle a little bit? And then find a nice neutral place. And then from there, connect to your hips. Feel the width of your hips. Maybe see if there's a little lifting out of the hip sockets. Feel like sagging a little bit in there. And then pull up through the midline, chest, the width of the shoulders, and stack the shoulders over the hips, over the knees, over the ankles. And feel that strong connection through the feet and the width of your feet, the stability of your feet. Now with this nice stable placement of shoulders, hips, this is a good moment to place your head. And we tend to have our heads tilted forward, pushed forward a little bit from the things we do every day, a lot of screen time. So good time to bring a little movement in your head, side to side. And then gently bring your head back. It's not quite a full chin tuck, but just pretend there's a little string on the back of your head. You can even put your own hand there and push a little against your hand, actually a lot, about 50%. So press into your hand and feel that the muscles of your neck working, and find that is a good central position of your head, spine, cervical spine, over your shoulders. And then when you have that, you can bring in some length. Imagine a string pulling on your head. And just check in with this placement of your head. Does it feel like nice and light, neutral, stable on your neck, resting on your shoulders, resting on your chest, resting on your rib basket, going down through your belly, core, hips, knees, ankles, and feet. So now from this stable place, connected place, let's start to move. And feel free to step with your feet, find a different position, maybe a little wider, maybe a little narrower. We'll start to pedal like a kayak. This might be a good moment to notice your breath. Where's your breath? And what is the pace? And And noticing my breath in my chest. And picking up the pace a little bit. Breathing out and pedaling backwards. Full rotation in the shoulders. This might feel very different. I feel some clicking in my shoulders. And then you can experiment with the width. If you go wider, it becomes a bit more of a workout for your biceps. But for now, we're just warming up easy. So from here, let's take it into a twist. First, just lightly keeping your feet stable, rotating through your waist. And then starting to bring head movements in by looking to your side, seeing what's around in the space. Just see where it takes you. Maybe it takes you a little further back. And then we'll take this into an overhead movement. So from the front, lift up the stick and see if you can get your elbows next to your ears, shoulders straight up. But if that's not quite possible, you can be here and lift here. So don't go farther than the top of your head. We're not extending our necks back at this moment. Just up and down. Then I'm taking this into a bit of a stretch behind my head. And don't push your neck or head in it. Just see and get a little more movement into your shoulders. And then I'll take this into a row. So hinge forward. That means like no bend in your knees. Don't have to lock them up, but no bend in your knees and just moving through the hips. So once I find that hinge position, I start to row. Feels very light with the stick, but that allows you to feel the movement of your shoulder blades and feel them squeeze in the middle and hold for 1-2 seconds and let go. Squeeze, let go, squeeze. A good moment to check in with your head and neck. Is it hanging forward, or is it nice and aligned with your spine? Still with that imagined hand on the back of your head, and some lengthening through the crown of the head. And stand up. From here we'll do some stepping and light jogging in place. So it can be either stepping in place, knees up, like this. See how high you can get them. Keep connecting through the feet, pressing into the feet for stability and balance. And then another option is to take this into jogging in place. And I'll do this for 30 seconds, either stepping, jogging in place. Get bored, you can go step around the room, jog around the room. It's like riding a bicycle over the room. And slow this down, stepping side by side. Take it into a stepping behind. I'll show it from the side with the stick moving along from side to side. Make sure you're not leaning forward. Stay nice and upright. Bend through the knees. This is actually a good moment to connect to your core and your abs. Pull in your abs, but not just pulling in your navel to your spine, but more with some length as well. So it is more bringing attention to your entire front core, bringing some length, some strength throughout those muscles. And slowing it down. Side by side. And then we'll do some stretching using one hand to pull and the other to press. I'll show it like this. So to go sideways, I'm pulling with my left hand and pushing with my right hand. And now I can just let this left hand rest and press in more with the right. And that's a really nice stretch through the shoulders and the waist, the core. And just breathe with it. You're there. And slowly release. And then same thing to the other side. Pull. And then start to push with the front arm. And hold, and then release. We'll do that 2 more times. And check in if your shoulders are maybe tucked up towards your ears. Can you let them sink down and release towards your low back? And let the shoulder blades slide down more in this push. And switch to the other side. Again, see if you can bring the shoulder blade down. One more. So now, let me see a balance exercise. So stand the stick next to your standing foot. Feel good stability, grounding in the foot, full width of the foot, full length, pressing the toes into the ground. And then once you find your balance, start to rotate your legs as a bicycling movement. You can do this slow and very precise. Notice what you're feeling in your hip. Notice if you can bring some more length to the standing leg. Checking with your posture. Connecting through the core for balance. Having your head in a nice neutral place. And keep cycling. Ooh, cycling backwards. That's a different hip feel. It's harder. Okay. Shake it out. Switch to the other side. Again, good stability in the foot, connecting through the foot, using your full strength and all the space of your feet. And then starting to cycle. And at any point, if something's not feeling right or you need a break, just take a rest, shake it, and then come back to it. And always good to check in with your face. Is there any tension that's not needed? We tend to maybe cling our jaws when we do a uncommon movement or some challenge. But the work is in the hip and in the core, supported by the breathing, and there's no need for the jaw or the face to do the work. And it also helps to keep looking around to keep the head and neck free. Whew. Other side, other direction, pedaling backwards a few times. Ooh, that's tight. Ooh, that was enough. Stand it, shake it. And put your stick down and then see if there's any shaking or moving or stretching. Just kind of organic movement that your body needs right now. Maybe arms from working on a computer, wrists.